Ryan used to think he was doing everything right. He had a full-time job, a steady paycheck, and every 2 weeks money showed up in his bank account like clockwork. On paper, his income looked decent. Not rich, not poor, just normal. The kind of salary most people in America would say is good enough. But every month, the same thing kept happening. 3 days before his next paycheck, his account would drop close to zero, sometimes negative. And every time it happened, Ryan told himself the same lie. I just need to make more money. He wasn't lazy. He worked hard, sometimes overtime, sometimes weekends. But no matter how much he earned, the stress never went away. One night he was sitting in his car outside a grocery store, staring at his banking app. He had just put back half the things from his cart because his card got declined. That moment hit harder than he expected. Not because he was broke, but because he didn't understand why. Ryan made more money than he did 3 years ago. Back then, he earned almost $15,000 less per year. And somehow, life didn't feel this tight. So what changed? That question stayed in his head the whole drive home. Later that night, he opened his laptop and looked at his last 3 months of bank statements. At first, nothing looked unusual. Rent, car payment, insurance, food, gas, normal stuff. But then he kept scrolling. Subscriptions he forgot about. Food delivery 3 or 4 times a week. New clothes he didn't really need. Random Amazon orders he barely remembered buying. A phone upgrade he told himself he deserved. None of these things alone looked like the problem. But together, they told a different story. Ryan realized something uncomfortable. His income didn't stay the same, but his expenses never stopped growing. Every time he got a raise, his life got more expensive. When he made more money, he moved to a better apartment. When he got another raise, he bought a newer car. When his credit limit increased, he used it. It felt like progress, but his bank account never showed it. A few days later, Ryan was at work during lunch break, talking to a coworker named Mike. Mike made around the same salary, maybe even less. But Mike never seemed stressed about money. He didn't complain about bills. He didn't panic before payday. He didn't talk about debt all the time. Ryan finally asked him, half joking, half serious, "Man, how are you not broke all the time? We make the same money." Mike laughed. "We don't have the same expenses." That answer stayed in Ryan's head longer than he expected. That night, Ryan did something he had never done before. He wrote down every single expense he had in 1 month. Not guesses, not rough numbers. Every dollar. The results shocked him. He wasn't broke because of his income. He was broke because his expenses were almost equal to his income, sometimes higher. He realized something most people never want to admit. You don't stay broke because you don't make enough. You stay broke because your lifestyle grows faster than your income. Ryan started noticing it everywhere. His friend who made 6 figures but had credit card debt. His neighbor with a brand new truck but no savings. People online showing expensive vacations while complaining about bills. It wasn't just him. Most people weren't poor. They were trapped in a cycle. Earn more. Spend more. Feel broke again. For the first time, Ryan decided to try something different. Not a side hustle. Not another job. He decided to control his expenses instead of chasing income. He canceled subscriptions he didn't need. He stopped ordering food every night. He kept his old phone instead of upgrading. He paid off one credit card and didn't open another. At first, it felt like going backward, like he was giving up things everyone else had. But something strange started happening. For the first time in years, his bank balance didn't hit zero before payday. Then, 1 month later, he had a little extra left. Not a lot, but enough to notice. 3 months later, he had saved his first $1,000. It wasn't life-changing money, but the feeling was. For the first time, Ryan didn't feel like his paycheck owned him. He understood something most people learn too late. Income matters, but expenses decide your life. You can make $50,000 and feel rich. You can make $100,000 and feel broke. The difference isn't always the paycheck. It's the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Ryan still works the same job today. He didn't win the lottery. He didn't start a $1 million business. But now, when payday comes, the money stays. And that feeling is something he never had when he was making more and spending more at the same time. Most people think the solution to being broke is earning more. Ryan learned the hard way. Sometimes the real problem isn't income versus expenses. It's that nobody ever teaches you how fast expenses can quietly destroy your income without you even noticing.